We open up this week's edition of Urban's Playbook. We're going to talk about the unique relationship between the wide receiver and the quarterback at the Ohio State University. I think there's a lot of receivers out there, Coach, who say, my job is to get that touchdown chain wrapped around my neck, make those great grabs, get the toes touched in, not in Columbus.
Absolutely not at Ohio State. As you saw from the graphic, there's a very unique relationship between the quarterbacks and receivers. The lack of interceptions isn't by accident. Normally the viewer thinks when the offensive line, their job is to do what? Protect the quarterback. At Ohio State, yes, that's true, but the receivers are also taught protect the quarterback at all costs.
Let's talk about the blame game. How many times does an interception get thrown and the cameras, where do they go?
All the time.
Right
Us, man.
to
It's
the
on us.
quarterback. Shouldn't always be the case.
Yeah, for the viewer, always remember 50, 30, 20. When a quarterback throws an interception, what happens? It goes on your stat column. The fans, everybody says, bench the quarterback. Why? He threw a pick. After years and years of study, that's actually not the case. 50, 30, 20. When a quarterback throws a pick, 50% of the time, it's his fault. That means he overstrides, throws a bad ball, makes a wrong read. However, 30, 50, 30, 20. 30%, it's on the receiver. Receiver runs a wrong route. He tips the ball, doesn't catch it. Or, as we're going to discuss in a minute, doesn't get open. 20%, it's stuff. It's protection issues. The quarterback gets hit, ball's in the air, ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage, or a protection issue, not just on the O-line. Could be a tight end, or it could be a running back. As you can see in this video, the play for Ohio State last year in the Fiesta Bowl versus Clemson. This is an interception. Where does it go? Under Justin Fields' stat column. However, he actually makes a great throw here. The receiver cut the route out early, and what happens? Interception, Justin Fields.
The foundation for that quarterback-wide receiver relationship, you guys can do a lot of things off the field, right? But on the field, it starts where?
You have to be on the same page with your group of receivers. And it all starts with coverage recognition. Might sound simple, but you have to recognize zone coverage versus man coverage. Zone coverage, the responsibility of the quarterback is to throw away from a defender. The receiver creates space for who? The quarterback. Get to a landmark for who? The quarterback.
And Coach, the biggest key here for quarterbacks versus zone coverage, you have to understand this. In zone coverage, all the defenders are looking at the quarterbacks. What does that mean? You can't stare down your target, right? When you talk about throwing away from the defender, if you're looking where you're going, trust me, they're all going there too. So it's holding the defense with your eyes and knowing that you can move them with your eyes to create that space to throw away from the defender.
Very good. Now let's talk about man coverage. And this is where it is critical for the wide receiver to protect the quarterback. Man coverage, what's the responsibility of the quarterback? Throw to a receiver. What's the receiver? Win your matchup.
Yeah, and that's the difference, Brady. You talked about zone where you have to manipulate multiple defenders with your eyes, get those receivers in those zones. But with man, we're just really manipulating the single high safety. So I want to get you to go one way, and now I work backside, and that's where you pick your one-on-one matchups. And in this game today, if Ohio State gets a lot of man-to-man coverage, you expect some big plays from the Buckeyes.
Let's really break down man coverage for the viewers. So man coverage, be my corner for me. The simplest way to think about this for the quarterback and receiver, there's two types of routes that a receiver will run. One that runs away from the quarterback, or a one trajectory I used to call it. That's a post, that's a corner, or that's a streak. The receiver has a very serious job responsibility for the quarterback. Usually in man coverage, you're getting pressure. You don't have time to worry about this.
Right.
So I'm the receiver, Matt, you're the corner. Remember, these are plays going away from the quarterback. I release off the ball. As I'm running down the field, either a corner, a post, or a streak, my job is to stack. I used to say left arm, left leg, stack the corner. When the quarterback, Brady's ready to throw the ball, only one of two things can happen. It can be pass interference, or it's going to be a touchdown, as you can see here. The second type of route is plays coming back to the quarterback, or a two trajectory throw, more of a downhill throw. The best example you'll see in video here in a second is if I don't have leverage on you, it's man coverage. Once again, the quarterback, this is not his job. This is my job. As I push out the ball, I don't have leverage. No, back up. I don't have leverage. If I start to go inside, he's going to intercept the pass. That's interception by him, yet that was my fault. So I have to be creative. I do not have leverage. How do I get leverage? I don't have it. I got to create it. So I accelerate like I'm going upfield, and then at Ohio State, they teach something called a throw by. Right hand, left hand, throw by, and I do what? Create an unobstructed throw for the quarterback. There is a great video clip of this of Garrett Wilson against Indiana. He's a number 2 receiver. Look, he does not have leverage, but he creates it. For the viewer, watch the right hand, left hand, throw by technique. Touchdown, very easy throw. for the quarterback.
Beautiful, and something to keep an eye on in today's matchup versus Northwestern. Early downs, you're going to see more of that zone coverage we talked about. Be about finding a lane for the quarterback. But then third down, that's where you'll see Northwestern play a little more man-to-man. That's where you'll be working the matchup and trying to stack for maybe some of the bigger plays downfield.
When you start talking about we're in a championship football, they have to be on the same page. The receivers have to win the matchup when they get it, and I think as important as anything, you protect that quarterback at all costs.
Start your Saturday strong at 10 Eastern with a legendary college football lineup on the Big Noon Kickoff Show. Big Noon Kickoff on Fox.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.